What's going on, everybody? It's your boy E. I'm coming to you from Troutdale, Oregon, and as you can tell behind me, got my tire. And today's video is gonna be on how to chain. That's right, putting together finally a video of how to chain. It is gonna be approaching Thanksgiving, and then we're gonna roll into December. And already, you know, I've encountered a little bit of snow, nothing too much to where I had to chain up. But nonetheless, I figured while it was still kind of dry, I'd put together a video where, you know, I can actually show you guys on how to chain. So just going to get it started. Here are some of the things you're going to need to go ahead and chain up. Obviously, you got your chains. When you get your truck checked out, you want to, or you're being assigned a truck, make sure you have chains. I carry personally 4 sets of singles, 4 sets of doubles. That would be pretty much the full amount of chains that I know to carry. So right behind me I have a single, but we're going to apply it to this back tandem tire. From here we have bungee cords. You want to have, you know, a good amount. Actually, I need more personally, so I'm going to, you know, make sure I stop by the Troutdale terminal and pick up some bungees, and that should be free. So from there I have a stick that my dad helped me make, and as you can tell, it has a cut in the center line. And with that, I'll show you what that's going to be for a little bit later. From there we have the key to the chains. Typically when they give you a bag of chains, you get a key with the bag, but nonetheless you want to make sure you have multiple keys to the chains. So make sure you pick up, you know, an adequate amount, maybe, you know, 3 or 4 or whatever, because you know, saying is pretty much when you're doing it and your hands get cold and they get numb, you drop the key and then you can't find it in the snow. So to have multiple sets. So I agree, so I have multiple sets. From there I have my work gloves, and then that's about it. You can also use a pair of pliers if you're having a tough time turning the key, but for this situation I think I'm going to be okay without it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so before I actually throw the chains onto the tires, I want to show you guys what my aim is, or what my goal is. Okay, so first things first, the whole idea is I got the chain laid out, and when I drape it over the tire, in the back of the tire, the part where it's going to be a little bit difficult to see on camera, is you got this little hook right here, and the objective is to latch that hook on the other end of the chain to this little I don't know, this little ring or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drape it, and I'm going to pull that side over to this side and try to hook the two together, and I'll show you guys that right now. As you can tell, what I did is I left a lot of slack on this side, and that's for a reason. I'll show you guys that. Once again, taking this side right here, pulling it through the back of the tire to hook up on the other side. Okay, so here's where this little special little tool that my dad helped me make, you know, comes into play. You got the stick, you got the little slack cut in the center. Take the bungee, and all I'm doing is I'm using it just, you know, as a feeder to feed it through the back of the tire. And that's pretty much what it looks like right now. Let's go over to the other side. Okay, so once again, taking this little hook right here, I'm going to grab the stick that the bungee is on, and I'm going to hook the bungee on here and yank it to the other side. Okay, so I fed the bungee through, I hooked it to that little hook, and then now I can just pretty much pull out the stick, and then the bungee is already latched, so I'm just going to yank the bungee as far as I can. And then here's this other side of the tire, got the chain. All I'm going to do is I'm going to find that little S hook, and then I'm going to hook this little ring to the S hook here. Okay, when that's all done, because I'm hooked on now, so this inside of the tire is all finished. I'm going to take my bungee, shake it free, and the bungee's out. Now, I'm going to go around to the front of the tire, adjust all the slack, and try to attach the front of the tire. Okay, so obviously as you can tell, the back is already attached, we're good. The front, is a little bit off center, so obviously I gotta adjust slack and start working my way where I can adjust. Okay, so this part right here, not too much to it. You take the slack, right? I have all this to work with here. I'm gonna take probably the second one right here, and here's the key, or the final latch. So I'm gonna take the one I want, slip it through this latch, close the latch, and then take this little slider and slide it. That's it. So I'll do it again. Okay. Take this little key piece. Okay. See how what it does is it closes, and then the slider slides right on top of it. Okay. Second one. Close it. Slider. Yank. Okay. So as you can tell, you know the chain is still pretty loose. Okay, so this is where we take our key. Okay, here's how the key works. All you do, you insert this little flathead part into this, and you just whoops, try the other way, and you close it up. That's it. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that all the way around. Okay, take this piece. Oh, try the other way. Close it up. Close it up. Okay, so I closed up all the little half moons here, and now we're good to go. Chain is rather tight. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna find all the excess. I'm gonna start bunging. Same concept with the bungees. On the same way these hooks are facing out, is the same way we want our bungees to face out. Okay. Let's see. How about right here? Basically, you just want it to face out. You want the hook to face out. You don't want the hook to face in towards digging in the tire. So some of the key places that I actually bungee will be this part right here, the slack right here. So I'm just gonna take the slack, facing it out, go straight up, and there's one. Okay, and I'm gonna do that all around the tire. Okay, so as you can tell, all good to go. This one's good. Chain is tight. Got the bungees on it. Okay, more bungees the better, I guess. And what you're looking for now is just pretty much when you're driving, like my student once said, you don't want to hear the tune of jingle bells. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear ching ching, ching 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 ching. The more noise you hear, the looser chains are. So if you want to drive a little bit, you drive, stop, readjust, make sure everything's tight, make sure nothing has to move, make sure if you gotta strap more bungees, and so on and so on. But I don't drive any faster than maybe 15 or 20 miles an hour. Chains are primarily to get you out of danger. Okay, so don't try to be rolling hundreds of miles with chains on. It isn't, that's not how you want to do it. So 15-20 miles, nice and slow. Same concept as driving in the snow. Lane changes are slow. Everything is slow. Take your time. Try not to do any sudden movements. Don't stay heavy on the brake. Use your downshifting, all that kind of stuff. Speed is the key, and pretty much is how you chain. Do it a couple times, you know, like me right now. I'm doing it in it's like 40 something degrees right now with light drizzle, but you know, still prime for learning how to chain. You don't want to do it when you're in the snow and learning the hard way. Okay, so this is it, and this is how you chain. Obviously there is doubles you can chain, like as far as, you know, for both sets of tires, but that's a beast, and I'll tell you the reason why. Out here on the outside, we hook everything from the outside. On doubles, you also hook outside, and you got to go on the inside of the tire and tighten all the rings, and that's a pain in the butt. So, anywho, I'm showing you guys holding the singles, and you know, typically I'll roll if it's a minimum chain requirement. Minimum chain requirement is 4 sets of singles. You got got 2 on the opposing side of the tandems and 2 on the same side of the drives, and that's as much as I'll do. If they're calling for maximum, I'm pretty much gonna pull over and wait for it to chill out a little bit, melt down, and you know, to where it's not so heavy. So I've driven in both, and you know, it's interesting, I'll tell you that, but it's doable, and you can do it. Just basically slow down, take your time, make good decisions. So that concludes this video on how to chain. I might just throw a separate, you know, a couple winter tips and everything, but right now I just want to do the how to chain bit. So I hope that helps. Practice, 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 and you guys will get it, okay? So stay safe. Your boy E signing out. I'm gone. Now I gotta put the stuff away and I'm all dirty. Y'all be good. Take it easy. Peace.